Okay, this is TN, so I'm gonna be walking through the game. Alright, here you can see all the models. And on the bottom right corner, you can see the buttons. One to end the turn, one to buy water, and one to invest in your different water sources or the water tower. Okay, so if you look at this left corner here, you can see all the variables that the game is based off of, like the lake reserve, the aquifer reserve, the shipment reserve, and the distribution rate and the consumption rate. Now, the two most important thing in this game is the distribution rate and the consumption rate because the main goal of the game is to have the distribution rate be as high as the consumption rate for 50 turns. At least that's what we have for now. So in order to do that, you have to invest in each one of these things or buy water. So I'm going to invest in the water tower, which increase the distribution rate cap. And you can see your fund down here in the box too. Um, and then you can invest in each of the water sources, which increase the amount of water that you can pull from those sources. And then you have the temperature. Then you have things that can influence the consumption rate, such as the temperature and the population. And once you finish buying stuff that you need to do, you click end turn, then move you on to the next turn. You also have various events on the top right corner that can change some of these variables. For example, now we have monsoon, which changes the frequency of the rain. Uh, yeah. Oh yeah, and the rain fills up the resource reserves we have here. And then you have cold front, which gradually decreases the temperature. Oh, and whenever the rain is happening, you can see this cloud over the city here, like such. Okay. And as I'm going through the turns, I'm just keeping watch of the distribution rate and the consumption rate to make sure that the distribution is staying with the consumption. And that's basically how the game works. Okay, now I think we just hit a migration in not too long ago, and the consumption rate just jumped up quite a bit. So I can see that my availability from each sources is only 14K, and the distribution rate max is also only 14K. So I need to upgrade both my sources and the water tower, which I have enough money to do so. I think 20K. Let's do that. Oh, one other thing is that our reserve is running kind of low, so at this point you want to buy some water shipments to have like a backup, which also functions as a reserve, but it doesn't get refilled by the rain. Now, as you can see, we have completely depleted our lake and aquifer reserve. So that's one thing about the game that is very RNG based. If a bunch of bad event happen at the same time, it's kind of hard to come back from. And right on the bottom left of the box here, you can see the live counter. What that basically means is that that's how many turn left where your distribution rate doesn't match your consumption rate until you lose this. And we're at turn 40 right now, so we need to survive 10 more turns. So that basically means that I only have to survive 4 more turns because I have 7 turns where I don't need to meet the requirement and then I can win. Which basically means I just have to keep buying water since my reserve have basically dried out due to a bunch of droughts happening. And yeah, that's basically the game. Okay.